Hi everyone, this is Joy with Create It with Joy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's card is really a fun card using the Simon Says Stamp Home Sweet Home card kit. I've had it for probably about a week or so now and just could not wait to get to it, so I'm so glad I got to make this really fun card. So I'm making a slimline card and I am starting with, I'm going to do some inking to make a night sky because I love the sentiment, though we are far apart, we can make a wish on the same stars that come on that cute kit. So I am using Lawn Fawn's small slimline die cut and the large slimline die cut for this. So this is the small one, and I'm just using some Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock. I'm starting with some Wilted Violet. That's going to be at the bottom of my card. Then I'm coming in with Blueprint Sketch, and then I will top it off with Chipped Sapphire. Just kind of cleaning up my mess so I don't get colors into other colors, and you know how that goes. Using my new Tailored Expression blender brushes because I just love them. They blend so beautifully. Anyways, so I am just blending those two colors together. Again, the Wilted Violet and the Blueprint Sketch Distress Oxide inks till I get a nice blend, and then I'm coming in at the top with Chipped Sapphire. And I will get a good blend on that. I wanted a night sky because I'm going to be adding the cute stars, and the sentiment actually decided how this card was going to go and which direction I wanted it to be. I just looked at all the sentiments and decided which one I wanted to use. But isn't that a really beautiful night sky? I love how this one turned out. Everything just blended well together and so pretty. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to clean up my mess. And then we're going to stamp this long row of buildings or houses. And I'm going to stamp that with Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink because I will be doing some Copic coloring. I'm going to stamp that a couple, 2-3 times, probably more because I need ink in my pad, but to get a nice crisp image for coloring. So now that that's done, I'm going to be taking my Copic markers, and so the blue that I'm using is, let me see, B37, 24, and 39. That's for this house. Keeping it really simple, guys. I do like the shading, so I lay down my light color, come in with my darkest, then add my medium, and then blend it out one more time with my light color. Just working around all the windows and the doors. I feel like I haven't colored an image in a long time, with the exception of I just did a Honeybee Stamps blog hop for their new Hello Summer release, and I did get to color some images for that, and that was a lot of fun. But prior to that, I really don't think I've done a whole lot of coloring lately, so this has been fun. So now for this orange, I am doing, I think it's YR16 and 07, and yeah, I think those are the colors I'm using on this one. I love this orange house. I really was kind of torn on how am I going to do this? What colors do I need to go that's going to look good with the night sky? But I just thought I'm just going to go bright and let these buildings pop off the page. The green that I'm using is YG21 and 25, and then G09. I think that's what I'm using. And I just really loved the colors that I picked for this. It really does stand up off of that night sky. So I'm going to go through all the colors that I'm using. Here are the reds, R39, 24, and 35. I will have these listed in my product list, and they will be linked, so you guys will have all of that. I am using for the roof C4 and C6. They're all just going to have gray roofs on top. The yellow that I'm using Y08, 11, 19, 06, and 38. I'm just going to color all the windows yellow, again, keeping it super simple. What would be really cute, and I probably should have done it, was to add some glossy accents, and maybe I will after this video, but add glossy accents to all of the windows because then it will really look like glass. And I usually tend to do that, and I'm not really sure why I didn't, but I think I'm going to go back and add that. Definitely let that dry. overnight before you try sticking that in an envelope. So yeah. So once all these little things are done, I'm coloring the trees. Once they're done, I'm going to cut this out by hand. I am going to leave some white space on it, and I'm not worried about that. I think it's totally fine, because when you die cut any image with a die cut, you have a white space around it. But if you don't like that, just cut directly on that black line and you will be good to go. Finishing up these cute little trees. I just love all the shapes. It just is such a fun, cute, old looking buildings. It almost kind of reminds me of where I live. We live in a smaller town. I think we got like 35,000 people or something, which is weird because I grew up in Vegas in a huge town, and but our downtown has really cute old buildings, so this kind of reminds me of that. Okay, so now it is time to get our sentiment on, and so I'm just using the Misty for that because we all know how wonderful the Misty is. And I'm going to do some white heat embossing, so I'm prepping my background. My ink is all the way dry, otherwise your embossing powder will stick to it. Using clear embossing ink from Simon Says Stamp, and then using some white embossing powder from Ranger. They're super fine detailed embossing powder. And then I will heat that through. Make sure your heat gun is nice and hot, and then it just does less warping on your paper. But I love the white popped off of the page. And then I just took a rag and just wiped that dust off of the background. Laying everything out, coming in with the cute, there's 3 different size stars in this stamp kit. So I'm coming in with those cute stars, stamping them because, again, I'll be doing some white heat embossing. I don't have the moon glued down, or the buildings, because I don't want that getting in the way. I actually thought ahead this time with my embossing. Sometimes I glue things down and I'm like, oh, dang, I've got to emboss now. And it works out fine, but I would prefer my images not be in the way. So I don't have a ton of stars up there, but I do have a good amount, using the same white embossing powder. And then we'll heat that through, just cleaning off any little stray pieces. And I accidentally cleaned off a whole star. And then I would heat emboss that again, and then we'll be able to glue everything down. Just kind of, I've been really good about kind of cleaning as I go, because I don't want to contaminate something. And you know, you go through all this hard work and then all of a sudden you get something on your card and you're just like, are you kidding me? Isn't that so pretty? So I'm going to glue that down, but I'm going to use foam tape behind the building because I did want them to pop off. Again, having some dimension. I'm a girl who just loves dimension. But I'm going to adhere this down to a piece of soft navy cardstock from Simon Says Stamp that came in the kit. I die cut that with the large slimline die from Fawn, and then adhered that down. I'm going to glue the moon down, and then we'll glue down these cute buildings. I just love a stamp set that has these tiny buildings. I don't know why, but they're just so much fun to me, and they're so super cute. Years ago, Hero Arts had this beautiful Christmas town scene, and it was like their card kit. And you know, once their card kits are gone, they're gone. And I saw it too late to order it, and I'm still really sad. And this was like 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm still really sad about that. So anytime now I see anything with small buildings, I just get it, because I don't know why I have a weird obsession with it, but I do. So I will adhere that down towards the bottom of the card, not completely. You still see a little bit of that purple. Then I'm going to add some hearts using Fawn's Lobster Red ink, and those are from the kit. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Nouveau Glitter Drops in White Blizzard just inside the stars, because I do feel like they should kind of shimmer and shine. And there's very little of that, but I will let that dry overnight for sure. Just going to finish that up, and that card is all done. Really super cute. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope you feel inspired. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, comment, share. All the products are listed and linked below, and also on my blog. I do have some affiliate links. It costs you guys nothing, but it helps me. So thank you for using them, and thank you for your support. Bye.